And people are creating a lot of their own unhappiness. It's not even people telling them the way they need to live their life. They're looking at other people's lives and saying, my life needs to be like that, and then creating the unhappiness that way.
Oh, yeah.
As opposed to just being like,
people do that all the
time. Looking inside is difficult. It takes work. Yeah. Like,
well, we create all these social mechanisms that don't force us to really look inside. We get to look at the peripheral, look at the surface with the Instagram and the Facebook and all these things that allow us to just be like, oh, I want that, or I want that, I want that. We're not really like looking deep into those things. And it can make people so upset that their lives are not the way they think they should be. It's because they're not spending enough time inside themselves to really figure out how they should be living.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing wrong with these social mechanisms that we've created. What's wrong is the way people decide to implement them.
Mm-hmm.
And because there's been no way to manage the way these things are put out, you just don't know how Joe, whoever, is going to implement it, and this other guy is going to implement it. It's going to be two completely separate ways. One guy is going to, maybe we'll take Instagram or Facebook, for instance. One guy is going to post something because he went out. He did it with his buddies, you know. He thought something was cool. He took a picture, put his phone back in his pocket. Later that night, he posted about it. He shut it off. The other guy is there. He's posting. He's live streaming. He's tagging it now. He's hashtagging. He's doing all these things.
Mm-hmm.
He's opening it. How many likes do I have? How many comments do I have? What's going on with this? What's going on with that? And there's no way. I mean, there's no mechanisms put in place to help the way people are going to interpret those things. So you've got these people doing these things in very different ways, and it's a super complicated mechanism that we have to deal with. But yeah, when you see those, you see how people let themselves get so unhappy with that. You just want to like grab them and be like, look, dude, just if you want to post something, take a picture, post it, put your fucking phone away, and then just go back to living.
Yeah.
Like that's one of the things that drives me most nuts, and I know a lot of fans of music that I have are the same way. People with their phones out the whole fucking time at shows and concerts. I have no problem with it. I also love certain music, and I love bands. I'll turn my phone on, I'll take a video, I'll put the shit back in my pocket.
Yeah.
Later on, I'll pull it back out. I might post about it. But if I see something I like, I'll take a quick video and put it away. But I want to experience as much of it as I can. And honestly, I spend a lot of time by myself ranching, and when I don't have friends around, like you visiting or other people around, I spend a lot of time on social media, like communicating with the people that I don't have right in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
But what I notice when I have people come visit, or I spend time with other people, or I go to places where my friends are, my phone dies, or I don't have connectivity, I don't have internet. I don't care.
Yeah, no, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter at all. And that's so much more important for happiness and the way you live your life, and we're just getting so far away from it.
Yeah, I like doing a lot of social experiments with that.
Yeah.
So, like, going when I'm traveling around or in public places is refusing to take my phone out of my pocket for anything. If it vibrates or anything, I leave it in there, and I just choose to hang out in the space I'm in, which is weird because I can be completely surrounded by people and yet be completely alone in that situation because everybody's plugged into their phones.
Right.
And I've seen it in airports where I'm hanging out like at my gate, and I can look around and not see a single person that isn't totally engulfed in their phone. And if somebody looks up, they see me doing yoga or stretching before I get in a flight, and they look at me like I'm a crazy person.
Yep.
Like I'm the crazy person that's stretching out before I'm sitting for several hours.
You know what's funny? If you posted about it and you did it like in the right way with the right filter and the right hashtag, like everybody would think it was so fucking cool. But if they don't, but when they see it like happening in real life, they're like, oh, what's this fucking weirdo doing?
Yeah.
Because they don't realize like all that shit they're seeing is just like surface bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
It's just fucking fake.
And you can just see it happen when people get uncomfortable with being confronted with something that's happening different than everybody on their phones. All of a sudden now they're confronted with, why is this person making eye contact with me that like is not on their phone? Why are they not on their phone? And and then they quickly retreat back to their safe space of like.
It's really fun to just stare at people.
Yeah. Yeah. Or just being okay with silence.
You know, I always do. My phone, 100% of the time, and this makes a lot of people mad, is on Do Not Disturb. Once I figured out the Do Not Disturb option, I fucking always have that shit on Do Not Disturb. And then when I go to sleep at night, I put it on airplane mode.
Yeah.
And the only thing it sucks for is when you lose your phone and you want somebody to call you because it doesn't fucking ring. However, I did find out, and my boss found out, unfortunately, if you call back to back twice immediately, that phone will ring. So I always had my phone on Do Not Disturb because I just like to deal with messages and calls on my own time. I didn't like to have to respond to any of that shit. And then all of a sudden, my phone starts ringing on Do Not Disturb. I'm like, how the hell is it ringing? And I always looked, and it'd be my boss, and he'd be calling me 2 times in a row. And that's when I switched to airplane mode, and I would just go straight to airplane mode, and nobody could fucking get touch me.
Yeah.
I'd turn that shit back on. I'd have like fucking 15 missed calls from my boss and all these other messages, and then it's like overwhelming. You don't even want to deal with it.
Yeah.
I remember times we'd go hiking in the backcountry when I still lived in Washington. You just don't have service. You don't have connectivity.
Mm-hmm.
And the most stressful part about it is like once you get service and then you hear that beep, 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 and they just start pouring in. And you're like, fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Such a double-edged sword. Like, there's so many positive aspects to it, but there's so many stressful aspects to it, too. Like, how do I deal with how do I manage all this shit?